Hello, and a very warm welcome to another episode of Fluency Unlocked, the podcast that helps you finally unlock your English skills.
Hey everyone! On today's episode, we're going to tackle one of the biggest challenges for English learners, the infamous speaking block. You know that feeling of, I can understand everything, but the words just won't come out.
Exactly. And the number one reason for this block is a lack of practice. But then comes the classic excuse, I have no one to practice with. Today, we're going to prove that you don't need anyone but yourself to start speaking with more confidence.
That's right. We're going to give you techniques, tools, and most importantly, the confidence to turn any moment of your day into an opportunity to practice speaking. We're going to bust the myth that you need to live abroad or have a native speaking friend to develop your fluency. Part 1. Why bother? The mindset shift.
Before we get into the techniques, it's crucial to understand why practicing alone is so effective. The first point is the absence of pressure. You're in a safe environment.
And that makes all the difference. The biggest barrier is the fear of making mistakes, of being judged, of looking silly. When you practice alone, that fear disappears. You can make all the mistakes you want, correct them, and try again. It's your own private English lab with no one watching.
Perfect. Beyond the psychological factor, there's a physical, almost mechanical benefit. Speaking a new language involves using the muscles in your mouth, tongue, and face in different ways. Practicing alone is like going to the gym. You're training this speech musculature so that English sounds, like the TH, come out more naturally.
It's about building muscle memory. You start to build the bridges between your brain, the word you want to say, and your mouth, the action of saying it. The more you cross that bridge, the stronger and faster it becomes. The confidence you gain on your own is what will give you the foundation to shine in a real conversation. Part 2, getting down to business, the core techniques.
All right, now that we understand the importance, let's get to the how-to. The first technique, which we've briefly mentioned in another episode, is shadowing.
My favorite. Shadowing is the technique of listening to an audio in English and repeating what you hear out loud almost simultaneously, trying to imitate the speaker's pronunciation, rhythm, and intonation.
Exactly. The tip is to start with slower, clearer audio. Podcasts for English learners or even children's audiobooks are great for this. As you get more comfortable, you can move on to clips from TV shows, movies, or TED Talks. The goal isn't to understand 100% of the content, but to imitate 100% of the sound.
The second technique is super simple and can be done anytime. Narrate your day. Basically, you become the narrator of your own life. Instead of just thinking, I'm going to get some coffee, you say out loud, now, I'm going to the kitchen to get some coffee. I'm opening the cabinet. Where are the mugs?
It might feel strange at first, but this technique is powerful because it connects vocabulary to real-world actions. You learn useful words for your daily routine and practice them in the exact context they're used.
And no one needs to hear you. You can do it while you're cooking, cleaning the house, or getting ready in the morning.
The third technique requires a bit more courage, but the results are incredible. Record yourself. Grab your phone, pick a simple topic like, what did I do this weekend? Or what's my favorite movie and why? And talk about it for 1 or 2 minutes while recording your voice.
The hard part is listening back, right? It can be a little cringy, but that's where the gold is. When you listen to yourself, you'll notice things you don't realize while you're speaking. The grammar mistakes you always repeat, the words you mispronounce, the excessive use of and ah.
It's a fantastic diagnostic tool. Listen once for the general content. Then listen again, focusing on pronunciation. The third time, focus on grammar. Write down points for improvement, and the following week, record the same topic and see how much you've progressed.
And finally, a classic but very effective technique, read aloud. Grab a book, a news article, song lyrics, anything in English, and simply read it out loud.
The beauty of this technique is that it removes the pressure of having to think about what to say. The content is already there. Your only job is to turn the written words into sound, paying attention to your pronunciation and reading fluency.
That's great instant feedback. And if it doesn't understand you, you can try saying the same word in different ways until you get it right.
Another category is apps focused on pronunciation, like Elsa Speak, which uses artificial intelligence to analyze your speech and give you detailed feedback on every sound.
And let's not forget the more fun, low-tech resources. Singing along to your favorite songs in English is an amazing way to practice connected speech and the rhythm of the language. The music forces you to link words together naturally.
That's a great tip. And for specific sounds, good old tongue twisters are excellent. Want to practice the TH sound? Try repeating, "The 33 thieves thought that they thrilled the throne throughout Thursday."
It's harder than it looks, but it works. And the last tip is try to think in English. The step before speaking is thinking. Switch your internal monologue to English. Instead of thinking, "I need to remember to buy bread" in your native language, try to think it in English. This prepares your brain to build sentences more quickly when it's time to speak.
And with that, we've reached the end of another episode. The main takeaway today is not having a conversation partner is no longer an excuse. The most important person in your fluency journey is you.
Remember, consistency is more important than intensity. It's better to practice for 5 minutes every day using one of these techniques than for 2 hours once a month. Build the habit.
To recap the techniques, shadowing, narrating your day, recording yourself, and reading aloud.
Our challenge for you this week is to choose one of these techniques and practice for at least 5 minutes a day. Then tell us how it went on our Instagram at Fluency Unlocked Podcast.
We love hearing about your journeys. Don't forget to follow us so you don't miss the next episodes. I'm Alex.
And I'm Bia. Until next time, and keep speaking.
Hello. Welcome to Fluency Unlocked, the podcast that unlocks your English potential. I'm Alex.
And I'm Bia. We're so excited for today's episode where we'll talk about 2 of the most fun and effective ways to learn English, from the comfort of your couch and with your bags packed.
Exactly, Bia. Many people think that learning a language means being stuck with grammar books for hours. But the truth is, immersion is key. And today, we're going to show you how you can dive into English through movies, TV shows, and travel.
And believe me, it works. I felt my own confidence take off when I started using these strategies. We go from being passive students to active participants in the language. The feeling of understanding a joke in a movie without subtitles or being able to order your coffee in another country, it's priceless.
That's what we'll be talking about. We've divided the episode into 2 main parts. First, we'll give practical tips on how to turn your movie night into an English class. Then, we'll embark on a journey to see how travel can exponentially accelerate your learning. All right, let's start with the big screen. Bia, what's the #1 mistake people make when trying to learn English with movies?
Oh, that's easy. Turning on the English audio with subtitles in their native language and thinking it's magic. It's a start, of course, but it's like using training wheels on a bike forever. You feel safe, but you're not really learning to balance on your own.
Perfect. That's what we call passive learning. To make it active, we have a 3-step method. I call it the fluency ladder. Step 1, the beginner rung. Watch with English audio and subtitles in your native language. The goal here is to get your ear used to the sounds of the language. Don't worry about understanding everything.
And the golden tip for this step is pick a movie or show you already know. If you've already seen 13 going on 30 or Harry Potter 1,000 times in your language, you won't get lost in the story and you can focus on the dialogue.
Great tip. Now, step 2, the intermediate rung, which is the most important one. English audio and subtitles in English. This is where the magic happens. You start connecting the sound of the word with how it's written.
This is the step where you need a notebook or the Notes app on your phone. Heard a word or expression you don't know? Pause and write it down. Oh, so hang out means to spend time together. This builds a useful vocabulary of things people actually say.
Exactly. And finally, step 3, the top of the ladder. English audio and no subtitles. It might seem scary, but after going through the other steps, you'll be surprised by how much you can understand just from context and sound.
And don't be afraid to rewind. If you didn't understand a scene, go back 10 seconds, turn on the English subtitles, understand it, and then continue without them. It's not a test, it's a workout.
Now, for those who are already at the top of the ladder and want a challenge, I present the shadowing technique. It involves repeating the characters' lines out loud, trying to imitate their intonation and speed.
That is fantastic for your pronunciation. It feels a little silly at first, talking to your TV by yourself, but it helps loosen your tongue and catch the rhythm of the language. I recommend doing it with sitcoms, like Friends or The Office, where the dialogues are clearer and more everyday.
And regarding genres, beginners, Disney Pixar animations. The language is simpler, and the voice actor's diction is usually perfect. Intermediate, romantic comedies and sitcoms, everyday vocabulary. Advanced, dramas, thrillers, or sci-fi films, which use more complex and specific vocabulary.
Just one last tip about movies. Don't get frustrated. You won't understand 100% at first, and that's okay. The goal is progress, not perfection. Celebrate the small victories.
And now, let's pack our bags. Bia, traveling is the ultimate English test, isn't it? You can't pause or rewind 10 seconds in real life.
Definitely. It's total immersion. There's nothing like necessity to make you learn. When you're hungry, you're going to find a way to order food in English, right? It's the survival mode of learning.
But even before you take off, the preparation itself is a lesson. Researching your destination, reading travel blogs in English, watching YouTube vlogs about the city you're going to visit, all of that already gets you in the zone.
Yes, and learn the basics before you go, not to be fluent, but to feel more confident. Phrases like, "Excuse me, where is the nearest subway station? Could I have the check, please? I'm sorry, I don't understand. Could you speak slower?"
Those phrases are lifesavers. But once you're there, the biggest challenge is shyness. A lot of people are afraid to speak and make mistakes. What's your tip for overcoming that, Bia?
Simple. Accept that you will make mistakes, and nobody cares. People usually appreciate your effort. A practical tip is to start with low-risk interactions. Buy a coffee, ask for directions from someone on the street. They are short conversations with a clear objective.
Another tip is stay away from groups of people who speak your native language. It's tempting to stay in your comfort zone, but the goal is to practice. Stay in hostels where you meet people from all over the world and English is the common language. Join free walking tours. Start a conversation with the shopkeeper.
Exactly, and use technology to your advantage, but in moderation. Have a translation app, but use it as a last resort, not your first option. Try to explain yourself first. Gesture, draw if you have to. Often, communication goes beyond words.
Do you have any funny stories of a language struggle while traveling?
Oh, plenty. One time in Ireland, I wanted to order a peach juice, but my pronunciation came out sounding like beach. The waiter was super confused, thinking I wanted to go to the beach. We had a good laugh, and in the end, I just pointed at the fruit. Those moments break the ice and become great stories.
That's a great story. It shows that humor helps a lot. The lesson is, don't take everything so seriously. Every conversation, right or wrong, is an experience point you gain.
Exactly. And one last tip. If you have the time and resources, consider taking a short-term English course abroad. 1 or 2 weeks. It gives you a structured base in the morning and the afternoon free to practice around the city.
So, to tie it all together, we see that these two methods complement each other perfectly. Watching movies and TV shows prepares you for the trip.
That's right. You can watch a movie set in New York, pick up the slang, the speed of the speech, and when you get there, the cultural and linguistic shock is much smaller. You feel more prepared.
And the trip, in turn, enriches your experience with movies. After visiting London, you watch a Sherlock Holmes movie and you recognize the streets, you understand the cultural references better. The language comes alive.
It's the perfect combination of preparation and practice, from the controlled environment of your couch to the playing field of the real world.
And that brings us to the end of another Fluency Unlocked. Today's message is, get out of the theory. Use what you love, whether it's a good movie or a dream trip, as your learning tool.
We want to hear from you. What movie helped you the most with your English? Or what was your best experience practicing the language on a trip? Send us your story on our Instagram at Fluency Unlocked Podcast.
That's right. We love reading your experiences. Don't forget to follow our podcast on your favorite audio platform so you don't miss the next episode. I'm Alex.
And I'm Bia. Until next time, and keep learning.